Alright, I hit start broadcasting, so let me know if you see anything.
That's a huge problem. They got to be pretty calmed down.
Promise them a chat. We'll figure it out.
Yes? Can
Yo, what's
you
up?
hear
It's
us?
your boy, John Bones Jones, live in the red, feeling sexy.
Okay.
She's saying the backup didn't have the right software.
Oh, we're live. Okay, thanks.
Hey guys, John Bones Jones here. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the Metro PCS. Are we actually live right now?
Yes, we are.
Hey guys. I'll let Dana do the talking. I'm just here being cute.
Are we live?
Yes.
Sorry, we're late.
Alright, and then
It was
here's
his
your
fault.
No, it wasn't me.
question.
Don't blame it on me. I didn't do anything.
I'm used to planning things on you.
Do you want to...
Ask Dana.
Yeah, you are used to planning things on me.
Ask Dana where the live stream is at. We had technical difficulties.
Do you want me to tweet right
And
now
we're
that
late.
we're live?
Huh?
Do you want me to tweet that we're live?
Yeah. We'll tweet that we're live now. All right. Where are all the questions here?
Unblock me on Twitter.
Please let. Huh?
Someone said, Dana, unblock me on Twitter.
Block me
You
on
must have been
Twitter.
talking trash.
Yeah. You got to talk crazy trash to get blocked by me on
Yeah,
Twitter.
you hear it all.
Have offered to replace Forrest. Yeah, Vinny offered to replace Forrest at 152 several times on Twitter, but that's not true. He can't replace him because he can't make the weight. He's been a coach on this season of The Ultimate Fighter, and he can't make the weight to take that fight. So we're probably going to do that fight, but on a later card now.
Someone asked me what do I think about women headlighting UFC 157. I think it's a phenomenal ideal, man. Ronda Rousey has been fighting like a man. You know, she's been fighting at a very high level, and you know, she has a great following, and I think it's going to be great MMA for women. We're not sexist over here. Talent is talent.
What do you think? Why did you choose Liz, not Misha Tate, to fight Ronda? Because Misha just fought her, and you know, Misha just fought her 2 fights ago, right? 2 fights ago, or her last fight? I can't remember. Her last fight or 2 fights ago. You know, there's other girls out there for Ronda right now, and Liz is a good fight for her. I think it's a tough fight. How do we refresh this to get? Who's the easiest fighter to deal with, and the hardest fighter to deal with?
I'll take her. I can be both. I can be both. Don't give me the. Don't officially give me the title.
I was
right
looking
now,
at you
Dana.
for the easiest.
Oh, okay, good. Don't officially give me the title.
There you go.
Dana, does the lack of heart from some fighters this season on Tough disappoint you? Yes. Like I said on the show this season, I don't know if these guys thought they were coming out for summer camp, you know. And I know you guys are going to call bullshit on me because you know, I'm the promoter and we got the new season. Trust me. You tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm lying.
I'm telling you.
This is the best season. This next season coming out with Jones and Chael coaching is the best season of The Ultimate Fighter we've ever had. Next Tuesday are the semifinals. I've never been so pumped up to get back home. We got this killer fight card tonight, and then I'm going home, and I can't wait for Tuesday for the semifinals. I told Joe Rogan. Rogan's always talking about coming out to an Ultimate Fighter, and I said, dude, I don't care what you're doing on Tuesday.
It's the one to come to.
Exactly. Clean your schedule out. He's actually got one of the Beastie Boys on his podcast, and I'm one of the biggest Beastie Boy fans ever. I said, you got to postpone that thing or do it earlier. You have to be in Las Vegas to see these semifinal fights. They're awesome.
Nuts this season, guys.
So good. Trust me.
Lots of finishes. Can
If
I
you
say
don't
that?
trust me, trust him.
Trust me, lots of finishes. It's going to be crazy. Craziness.
It is craziness. What else? How long before we see all the UFC events free on Fox? Calm down, buddy. Calm down. Great show so far. What's the possibilities we'll see another fight in Stockholm? Real good. Stockholm was awesome. It was a great show. We'll be back there.
7 questions. Yeah, that's.
No, yeah, because we got to refresh again. How'd she refresh it?
Do you go to the top to refresh? Or?
I just do Control R. You tell them to tweet #AskDana.
What's going to happen with the winner of Henderson and Machida? The fight's got to happen first. You know, Henderson was talking about how he got, you know, screwed out of the Jones fight. Henderson pulled out of the Jones fight with his knee injured. And Henderson told me he needed a couple more weeks for his knee to get better. Well, a couple weeks later, we offered him the fight again in Toronto, and he couldn't do it then because his knee was still messed up. And I read a interview a couple weeks ago where he said his knee still isn't 100%. So all this talk about Henderson getting screwed and why does Dana hate Henderson and all this stuff, Henderson isn't even healthy yet. So I have no idea if Hendo Machida will happen, and if it does, I really don't know what's going to happen after that.
Definitely want to fight Henderson at his best too.
Let's see. When is the UFC going to South Korea and the Philippines? I wanted to go to the Philippines for so long, and it looked like we were going to do it that close. But now it looks like we'll go to Korea before we end. But we're going to Japan early next year, so we'll be in Japan again next year.
You know, the Shogun and Gustafsson fight's going to be a great fight. I'm going to give the upper hand to Gustafsson. You know, he's a young guy. He has great reach, great ambition. You know, Shogun, I don't know about Shogun, man. He hasn't really come to fight, like, in shape. You know, he's starting to get tired. He doesn't really look like he's been working hard in his training camps and stuff due to his body and stuff like that. So I'm going with Gustafsson, man. Gustafsson's the younger guy, ambition, and I'm going to go with Gustafsson. I think he's going to do well.
What else? Philippines, Hendo Machida. All right, we need another update here.
What are you doing, Command?
Yeah, Command R. Yeah.
Refresh?
Yep.
Okay. MacBook Pros.
Nothing. There's no other. Let's go down. Let's go down far and see what. When do I plan on bringing the UFC to Orlando? We've had a tough run in Florida. Florida hasn't been that great for live events.
I wonder why is that?
I don't know. They're great on pay-per-view and great on TV. Just when we bring live events down there, it hasn't been the best for ticket sales. Eddie Alvarez. I just saw an Eddie Alvarez question. Is Eddie Alvarez signed to the UFC yet? Not yet. We're working on it. We are working on it.
Kleenex. Be right back, folks.
How on earth could you have made poor Brian Stan work on Army-Navy weekend? Why do you hate America so much? That's funny. That is funny.
Sorry, let me do one.
What's the main event? What are you planning for Montreal? Still working on that. Would John Jones ever fight Dan Henderson? He just said he wants to fight Dan Henderson. He wants a healthy Dan Henderson. Ariane or Brittany. I love them both. Who you got, Nate or Hendo? You know I don't predict. We'll ask John about the title defenses when he comes back. When will you come to Ireland? Well, you know, we're going back to England here soon. We're going to Wembley. So the Irish are going to have to go over to England again. I apologize. When will UFC be in New York City? Soon, I hope. Hopefully next year. I know I keep saying that every year, but I'm hoping next year. Did you know what Jones' nickname was prior to the UFC? Would you make him change it if he didn't? I don't even know the answer to that. He'll be out in a minute. If Penn gets past McDonald tonight, Would you consider BJ going against Damian Maia? I don't know. You know, BJ is one of those guys that if he wins tonight, such a huge win for him. Anything, he could do anything. Somebody asked earlier, how many more title defenses do you want at 205 before you move up to heavyweight?
You know, my goal is definitely to establish being the best light heavyweight first, and I'm aware that, you know, after Chael Sonnen, I'd be tied with Tito Ortiz, and one more win after that, you know, I will be the #1 light heavyweight of all time, which is pretty sweet. So after I accomplish that goal, that's when I'll start to really open up to getting crazy. But my goal is first and foremost, and that's Tito's record.
Did Chael's mom shoot Yushin Okami?
That's
Nope.
funny. I heard the story though. That's pretty hilarious.
More questions. You could keep
Oh,
Dan,
nice.
remember when you and John met at UFC 145 pre-fight rounds? I skipped school. Remember when you and John met? I don't get that.
You have a ton of questions over here.
Yes, we are both in Seattle. Ever get tired of rankings putting guys outside UFC in top 10? Yes. Please tell us what fighter entrances will be shown tonight. The main event on FX, walk-ins will be shown, and the main event on Fox, walk-ins will be shown. That's it.
Someone asked if we were crazy because we're missing the prelims. We're not missing the prelims.
We're not missing them. They're right here. We're watching them while we're talking to you.
Got a little flat screen here, checking them out backstage. We're good.
Are you going to try and convince Rampage to stay? That's up to Rampage. If Rampage wants to stay, you know, you never know where you're at with Rampage. I never know where I'm at with him. Toughens New Zealand versus South Africa. Yeah, I mean the guys from New Zealand. It's going to be in Australia, but who knows? We'll see what we do next season.
What's up, midget?